Hello, my loves. Since I can't read to you a book in person, I thought I would send you a little video of me reading a book. The only kid book I could find, though, right now is one that I wrote when I was a kid, so no copyright issues, fortunately. And this is called Why the First Piano Was Made, written by Nicola Clements in 1999. And look, I got an A. Okay. Why the First Piano Was Made. Dedicated to Mrs. Ruth Carew for her wonderful piano lessons, and to my mom who helped me practice. There's sheets covering all the pictures to keep them safe. So, kind of under this. Once upon a time, in a house at the edge of the forest, there lived Mrs. Piano, Mr. Piano, and their two children, Justin and Emily Piano. The Pianos were very poor. Mrs. Piano was tall and thin. Also, she had brown hair, green eyes, and a kind heart. Mr. Piano had black hair, blue eyes, and was very kind too. Emily had brown hair and loved to run and play in the garden. She was 5 years old. Justin, surprisingly, had blonde hair, and he liked to build things. He was 10 years old. Both of the children had blue eyes, just like their fathers. And this is a picture of their house. The piano's neighbors, Mr. G. Brown, a greedy man with black hair and mean brown eyes, hated the pianos. He absolutely hated kids. He made his wife work too hard, and when he wasn't glaring at the pianos, he was lounging around, being angry and feeling very greedy. Look at that. That's Mr. what's his name? Brown in his house with his wife, who looks very sad. They have a big old house. Now, one day, word went out that there would be a big contest for the strangest guitar in the world. The prize was $20,000. Now, you can probably guess who was definitely participating. The pianos decided that they would try to make theirs very different from any other guitar. Meanwhile, Mr. G. Brown was going all over town, and to everyone he met, he would brag, "Y'all know that contest for the guitar that's strangest in the world? I'll betcha I'm gonna win." And then he would go off laughing. Ha ha ha. There they are in front of the bakery. Mr. Brown bragging to his neighbor. So the next day, Justin and Mr. Piano went out to the woods and cut some wood and stone, while Emily and Mrs. Piano made the strings of the guitar and got nails and 2 hammers. Mrs. Piano started working on the strings. Emily was weaving a cloth to cover their guitar when it was done. While she was working, Emily asked, "Will we win?" Mrs. Piano answered, "I do not know, darling," and they kept working. So there's Justin and Mr. Piano going out to cut some stone and wood, and Mrs. Piano and Emily For the rest of the month, the pianos worked, and worked some more. Finally, one day, the whole family stepped back and looked at it. "It's beautiful!" exclaimed Mrs. Piano. Then Emily added, "And I'm almost done with the cloth." This is what their very strange guitar looks like. The whole family. The next day they took the guitar to the contest. Of course, Mr. Brown was already there, bragging. Many people showed off their guitars. When it was Mr. Brown's turn, everyone laughed. He had taken his trash can, then found some dental floss and put that on it. When he played it, the dental floss came off because he had stuck it on with chewing gum from last month. The judges immediately dismissed him. Well, there's the piano family, ready to show off their submission. Finally, it was the piano's turn. When they were called up, the whole family went, not just Mr. Piano. Emily pulled off the cloth, and the 3 judges gasped in astonishment. The guitar was mostly wood. It had keys made of marble. Then Mrs. Piano played, and it was lovely. The judges were stunned by the lovely sounds. "Does it have a name?" one of the judges asked. After a little talking and a little arguing, they decided to call it a piano. There they are, bringing it in front of the judges. Well, I think, yep. A week later, the pianos got a package. On the front, it read, "To the winners." They had won! "We did it!" they all yelled. And next door, the loser, Mr. G. Brown, was glaring more angrily than ever. It says, "To the winners." And that is the end. And let's see, if we keep going, you can learn about the author and see a funny picture of me when I was 9. It says, Nicola Clements has written many books. Some of the books she wrote are Our Amish Trip, My Mexican Photo Album, and Mrs. Crabtree's Class Meanders Through Japan. Nicola was born in London. She grew up in Ecuador and Maryland, USA. Nicola has an older sister and a younger brother. Her cat, Cupcake, watches over her. And that's the end. I hope you liked it, and I'll try to send another one to you guys soon. Okay. Love you.